Right. Okay, that's better. I'm going to say hi, guys, in the chat there.
Hello, Guten Tag und willkommen.
Sorry?
I feel like getting my electric guitar out and playing Sharp Dressed Man.
That's very true, yes. That's very good, actually, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Can you
got a comment already.
That's me, mate.
Oh, that's you. What are you doing up? You commented to yourself?
Yeah, I'm just saying hi.
What, to yourself?
Well, and you.
So say hi back.
I should have put hi, Nick, and then it would have clarified it for you.
There you go. Oh, my finger's dropped off.
Ah, excellent. And you put a capital C on my name. Excellent. Well done.
Yes. I thought I might.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Why is it? I always put a capital C on your name, don't I?
Oh yeah, but I haven't got time to press shift and things, so I just type letters.
Ah, well, maybe I'm a little bit more dexterous than.
No, you probably are. Yeah. I only managed to achieve 80 words a minute.
Oh, MC's here. Time for the DR1. Ha ha. Yes, the DR1 is the Groschlichlicher. Oh, and you got Tony RC, Cliff and Ben. I better show that.
Yeah. Hi, Tony.
See, he's buggered off already. That's it. He does. I'm not doing this again. Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. I don't know. Anyway, so how are you, Cliff? You right? What have you been up to? Oh, he's got his little fucker out. Yeah. I didn't know you had that one. You've been keeping that quiet, haven't you?
I've just flown. Hopefully. Hey, you what?
You've been keeping that quiet.
I was just going to say your screen went blank then for a minute, and I wondered if it was blank your end.
I've always had a blank end. It's the way I was born, mate. Yeah.
I knew you'd say something.
We've been having. Yeah, but what it is, Cliff, we've been having trouble with Klingons. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wipe them off the starboard bow.
You're going to use all your jokes up very early, aren't you? I can see.
Very probably, yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, we can ramble on for a bit longer, see if anybody else joins us.
Well, the important ones are here. MC and Tony are here. That's all we need.
Yeah, they made it on time.
Have you had a good?
What?
Have you had a good week?
No.
I mean, like building wise, I'm not interested in what you do in your personal life, obviously.
I haven't got a personal life.
Well, neither have I.
No, I'm not sad and lonely. As a matter of fact, Cliff, I wanted to talk about what have you been doing, because you've been. Hang on, you could point this right. You have been up to other things, haven't you?
Yes. Well, I did fill in a moment. Yeah. Just that one there, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Now I've got a feel. Is this something to do with that challenge?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Grillo's bird dog.
Very nice.
Courtesy of a little advert, Model Shop Leeds.
Oh, did they donate it?
They have sponsored me on that one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was the subject of a build 2 years ago, but it's been voted in to build it again. So here's one I built 2 years ago.
No, you missed the opportunity there, Cliff. You should have said this is one I built earlier.
Yeah. Well, it absolutely is. This is one I built earlier. Well done. I did make a mistake actually, because there shouldn't be a door on the passenger side, or on the off side, I should say, starboard side. It's not passenger side because it's one in front of the other. But anyway, that's one before, and that's one.
Shouldn't it be green?
No, that's the I can't think. One was silver and one was green. One was Army and one was Air Force. This is the Army stickers, but it might be the Air Force colours. Yeah,
right.
It should be dark green for the Army.
it's a very, very strange coincidence that, as far as I'm aware, there's something I've got to show you as well when I get a second. I've left it upstairs in the bedroom. Don't worry, it's nothing rude.
I thought you lived in a bungalow.
That particular aircraft was the one flown by Scotty in Star Trek.
No way.
Right? Yeah, and Scotty was in Normandy. And
real life you're talking about, yeah.
No, real life, yeah. I can't remember his real name. But anyway, you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Lieutenant Bristol's captain. So anyway, okay, yeah, Humza Yousaf. So anyway, he's in Normandy, right? And he's at the airfield in Normandy. I can't remember the exact place.
Yeah.
And anyway, one of the guards, didn't recognise him. He thought it was a German and shot at him.
No way.
And it took this, I think this finger here, took his finger off. So unless you really notice, he's got a finger like that.
All right.
Yeah, shot his finger off.
Wow.
There you go. That's a true story. Scotty from Star Trek. And he wasn't American, he was Canadian.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was Canadian.
I wonder if Tim knew him.
I doubt it somehow. But anyway, there you
go. Jerry's popped in to say hi.
Hi, Jerry.
Read what Jerry has said. No, Jerry's not.
My dad was a crew chief on the Bird Dog and an observer and a Bronze Star in that aircraft. So, hang on. You mean he was in the aircraft when he got the Bronze Star, like 2,000 feet up, or when they landed? You'd have to have long arms to do that, wouldn't you? All right, we've got another one.
No, that's still Jerry. So that's the one from last year, Jerry. This is the one from this year. So
yes,
it's the same competition, bit of fun, rubber powered. But I've just been building that while the glue dries on the DH2, which is the subject of today's
podcast.
Podcast. That's the word. Yeah. You thought my volume.
I don't know what he's looking at me for.
Oh Christ! I look away. I look up. You shaved. That was quick.
Yes, it's well, what it is. You see, because I'm 300 years into the future.
Oh yeah.
What you do, you use the transporter technology, and I go, beam it off, Scotty, and just gone.
Yeah, it disappears. Yeah.
But they were getting him on my tongue, and that feeling when you're a teenager.
What's that you're wearing around your neck there?
This.
Yeah.
This is the much vaunted prize. Every man worth his salt wants one of these, and I think it's identical to the one that you're wearing. Show us yours.
What, this one here?
Show me your medal there.
I'll show you mine if you. I can see yours. Yours. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. See. Yeah.
It's quite heavy around my neck.
Yeah. For those who don't know, this is the Blue Max. I'll take this off now. I've had my hair cut.
Oh yeah. If you shave your head, you could look just like me.
Well, I didn't want you to lose your prestige. If I shaved my head, I'd look like an egg.
Because the thing is, Jean-Luc Picard, captain of the Enterprise, also has a similar hairstyle. Wild Bill, hi mate.
Yeah. Right. What you doing? Reading the highlights?
The comments say, just reading comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, right, Cliff and I have I'm trying to do this in the mirror, Cliff and I have had a little bit of a discussion, and to get things moving at my expense, mind you, we've decided that we're going to offer this Blue Max, right, to anybody that makes a comment between now and next week that either titillates us, makes us laugh hysterically, or is of the deepest interest. And the one that we both think is the best one will get a Blue Max just to start things off. Okay? Say something, Cliff.
Yes. Is it a Blue Max?
Yes. The Blue Max. Now, for those who weren't listening last week, okay, the Blue Max is like, it's the one. You can't get any higher than that, you know, unless you're British and you get the Victoria Cross or something. But yes, hello, Gary.
Hello, Gary. Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, you'll have to go back to the beginning, Gary. Sit on the naughty step and watch it from the beginning, and you'll know what that's about. You'll know what that's about, and you'll know what that's about, and then you'll know what's about with his thing and why we were talking about Scotty. And don't be late again. Right. I'll wait for Tim to turn up.
Oh, you've been another half hour yet?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to get out of bed, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Yeah. Shovel the snow out of the way of the television.
Yeah.
Have a cup of coffee or a mug of coffee.
Anyway, have you done anything to your model this week?
Well, I was going to ask you the same question because, you see, I went first last week.
Oh,
and
right.
I think that you should have the first quarter of an hour. Okay. You said to me, yeah, 15 minutes. I thought, all right, we'll let Cliff do it then.
Hey, Tim's here.
Tim's here. Hey! Better late than never, Tim. Good video, Tim, by the way. Enjoyed it very much. Yeah.
Shall I show you mine then?
No, I don't want to see it.
So this week I've done this.
That looks good. How fast will it go?
This is a test square.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've covered my model with Doculam, which is like a clear, thin, sticky back plastic film on a roll.
Yeah.
And then tissue over the top, and then clear varnish, water-based varnish. So there's no dope involved, and it's quite strong, as you can see.
Let's see the other side.
Oh, it's red.
Oh, I thought maybe it was like a hollow square or something.
Well, it was originally, but I wanted to see what the red came out like, and then I wanted to see what the green came out like.
So it's a drum.
Well, it's not a drum, but shall I try and put my finger through it to show you how strong it is?
No, I don't want to see that.
That's how strong it is. That's only tissue. See? That's good, isn't it?
So how have you done that then? Say it again. Gee. Meantime, I shall fill in for Cliff, who was totally prepared for this. He's only had a week, hasn't he?
I've had to buy 150 yards of this from. I only needed a meter, or a yard. Anyway, it'll come in handy for more projects. But this is called Doculam, and it's for laminating documents.
Yeah.
So it's a heat sensitive. It's got just like any sticky back film. Doesn't shrink very much, but it does shrink a little bit. So it's 40 microns thick, and you just cover your wing with that. And
did you iron it on?
Well, yeah. You just tap it because it's got adhesive on the back.
Yeah.
So it's just like any iron-on plastic covering.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't shrink very much, so you've got to get it as tight as you can.
Okay.
It does shrink a little bit, but not as much as something else, So that's called Doculam. So it's a document laminating thing, hence the name.
Okay.
And then you tissue over the top, just with tissue. And you spray the tissue, spray the finished wing, lay it on, get all the wrinkles out, and then you give it a coat of clear varnish. Just water-based varnish. The stuff I used was Ronseal interior varnish. This I couldn't get any clear. This is almond wood, but it's essentially clear. It's like water anyway. So.
Okay. Did you do your nails? A little bit.
That was yesterday for Saturday night out. Yeah.
We wasn't going to talk about that, was we?
We weren't. Now you brought it. Anyway,
I'm sorry I brought it up now.
This is my 15 minutes. So that is what I've covered. I've covered the wings. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What do you paint it with?
Weren't you listening? It's this
No.
tissue. It's tissue, isn't it? It's green tissue.
It's already painted.
Yeah, well, it's this coloured tissue. Yeah, you get any coloured. Oh,
sorry.
sorry. No. Sorry, I didn't realise you didn't know.
Like that.
There's blue, for instance. That's red. It's so you don't have to paint it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I've up to half an hour ago I was still putting varnish on. So it's a bit of a mad rush, but I've assembled it. So here is my wings. I have got the struts, but I didn't have time to put them in. So that's the wings.
Yeah.
And the tail is that colour.
Okay. It was.
Well, it was only held on by a little clip. So there's the tail.
Oh, you couldn't make it up because
there's the. But that looks rather smashing, doesn't it?
I think it does. Yeah. Let's have another look. Yeah, because you can see through it, can't you?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
It looks very, very clean, neat, and tidy.
It's not as good as I could do if I didn't put the Doculam on first, because if you got any wrinkles in the Doculam, you get wrinkles in the tissue.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of wrinkles there, but then don't forget it was canvas covered, so the original aircraft would have had wrinkles in it anyway, a little bit. So
that's RC Hanger says hello.
Oh yeah, hi Chris. So and that's the bottom.
Very good.
Which is this sort of lighter colour. Now, do you notice anything between the two?
Yes.
What?
One's on the top, one's on the bottom.
It's more obvious than that.
Has it got the Iron Cross?
No.
Oh. Why is it the wrong way round?
What?
Why is it white in the middle?
Well, there you go. Because I made a bit of a balls up. I was merrily cutting out all the circles, glued them up, and thought, hang on a minute, that doesn't look right. That should have been white, and that should have been red. But I thought, it's underneath, so nobody will know.
Are you positive?
Well, this is how my I am positive. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to make a negative comment.
That's a joke, isn't it?
Yes. In other words, that's your second blunder this week, isn't it?
No. I wasn't sure because that seems a bit clever. And I put 3 layers of white on. Even then, it's a little bit dark, but never mind.
Yeah, that's the trouble with white, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got some
and the other thing, if you remember last week, so I've got my servo-operated ailerons for the top, and the bottom ones are got the torque rod in, so they spring down into that position. Okay,
and what's that? Oh, that's where your servo is. Okay,
yeah, I'll shove the servo in there. So the joiner will pull it up, and the torque rod pulls it back down. Keeps it because I'm only going to have a string.
Yeah.
So the torque rod just whops it back down, and the torque rod is just about that long. What's that? 2.5, 3 inches, and it's 0.4 millimeter piano wire with a 90-degree bend each end going into an aluminium tube, which is epoxied inside the wing and the aileron. So that works rather well. And I've got
I can see through your wing.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I likes it.
Yeah, when it flies over and the sun's glinting through, it looked lovely.
It'll be invisible.
I like the tissue finish.
No, it's very good. I'm quite impressed there, Cliff. You've outshone yourself, haven't you?
And of course the tailplane. See, I wasn't sure because the model I've got has got a green upper surface on the tailplane, but I've also seen pictures of it with the tan colour, and I quite like the tan colour. So
no, you brought up a very interesting thing, because I have a book that I've left next to my bed, which I'll go and get into in a second.
Yeah.
Where if you look online with the DH2, there are all sorts of different configurations with the paint.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get my book, I'll show you some 1915 photographs, and some of them have got red and white stripes on the nose.
Oh, right.
And some of them, the fuselage is all green, and some of them it's cream and aluminium front.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter which way you have it.
No, but this is the Micro Aces one. So it's the beige underneath with all green on the top. But I've also seen, this is supposed to be Lano's kite. I've also seen pictures of Lano's kite with clear tail. So I quite like the clear tail. So that's what I've gone for.
Yeah. No, it looks very good. In fact, I did see one. It was all cream. There was no green on it at all.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think it was a yellow one, I think.
I wish I'd gone for that, because I'll tell you why. That green tissue is so much different than the beige tissue to put on. It's very, once you get it wet, it just falls apart. So it was a nightmare.
Oh, really?
It just goes to show, doesn't it? Whether it's the pigment, because it must be the same tissue.
What tissue did you use? Did you use the Japanese stuff?
No, nothing fancy. It's from DB Models in the UK. Yeah. They sell it quite reasonable price. I thought I actually emailed them back and said, can you confirm it's £4.50 for 5 sheets? Because you've got 5, or is it 1? I thought it'd be for 1. They said, no, it's for 5. So, I mean, it's cost me, I don't know, £3 to cover it, you know.
Okay. So I've got a lot of Japanese paper. So I'm just noticing the colours up there. I've got a lot of Japanese paper in the workshop that I was going to use for the SU5A. I now sort of regret not using it in some ways on this, but I think it's going to come out okay. Now, what I'm going to do, Cliff, I'm going to disappear and go and get my book.
Yeah.
You'll find out why. Keep them entertained just for a minute. I do apologise. Have a look at the crew deck. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Sooner you're gone, the sooner you're back.
Less said, sooner spended.
Yes.
Right. Okay, hang on.
He needs a sound effect now, running up the stairs. The other thing I was going to mention, guys, is I've got I used my fishing line hinges. So on this very light construction, I've just got 2. I think it's 1 millimeter. It is 1 millimeter fishing line, and it's I just rough it up a little bit, and then just drill a 1 millimeter hole, or just a little bit smaller, and then just glue it in. But it's a real easy hinge that you can't really see, and it works well. And they don't pull. I've tried to pull them out. You end up pulling the balsa around it, so it's really good. And the good thing about it also is the fact that you can put it into thin wood. This is only 1/8 balsa. Oh, look, he's back. That was great. That's only 1/8 balsa, but it makes a perfect hinge. I was just telling the viewers about my hinge, Nick.
Oh, yeah, the NHS, they're terrible.
No.
Oh, yes. You changed your mind, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's 1 millimeter leader, shock leader.
Yeah. All my hinges are Mylar hinges.
Yes. Well, that's fine.
My go-to hinge.
I've got 50 meters here. I'll be dust for years before that gets run out. So I mean, it wasn't expensive, but 50 meters, and I use about 15 centimeters on a model. So it's 4 models per meter, well, more, and so that's 4 times 50 is 200 models. There you go.
You'll use that up in about a month, knowing you.
So
you're quite terrific, aren't you? Really, Cliff? Really?
No, not really.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
I reckon you finished your aeroplane. I reckon you're going to say, and here it is done. So who's the prolific one then?
No, you know very well that's not the case. But anyway, I actually thinking about it, I shouldn't have gone up the stairs to get this. What I should have done is dematerialized.
Oh yes,
I have got the visual effect to do it. I just haven't got the software to make it work, and I just thought about it. But that would have been cool, wouldn't it?
That would have been cool, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is the book I went upstairs for. Flying Fury, 5 years in the Royal Flying Corps.
Right.
Okay. By James McCudden, VC.
Oh, really?
Right. Now, any of those who know their history, as I do, McCudden was not shot down. He had an engine failure in March 1916. If he had not had that engine failure, he probably would have survived the war. He got lost, and he went to an airdrome. Where am I? They went, go that way. So he took off, did a bank, and the engine cut out, and he hadn't got any height. So they buried him. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
They lost his body. They couldn't find him.
Oh.
They buried him, marked the grave, and they lost the grave. Well, I think they've found it now, but they can't get permission to dig it up and test it for DNA or anything to prove that it's him. But if you want to know about DH2s,
yeah,
this is the book.
Okay.
Flying Fury, 5 years in the Royal Flying Corps by James McCudden, VC. And so I read it that far last night. It was that interesting. It was like I bought a book once, How to Make Glue. I couldn't put it down. Anyway, boom. But it shows you in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's him. Handsome chap. Looks a bit like you, Cliff.
You're right.
Yeah. And it shows you he's DH2.
Hmm.
Which,
is it black and white? That's black and white.
you can colour it in, Cliff. I've got some.
I thought you were going to show me the colour scheme.
Yeah, but look, if you know what's cream and you know what's green,
right.
It's not that hard to work out. You can see on the nose, he's got a red and a white stripe.
Oh yes. Well, how do you know it's red?
I worked it out, Cliff.
Yeah, but it could be black. It looks black.
Well, considering you got red and white on the ends of the struts,
yeah,
it's not a big leap.
Yeah.
Work with me, Cliff. Work with me.
Sounds plausible, I suppose.
It's highly plausible, yes. Plus the fact I happen to know it is red and white. But anyway, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and you know, that was one of his SE5As that he managed to prang. And it's a very, very, very interesting book. So if you want to know a little bit more about flying these aircraft during the Great War, it wasn't World War One because there hadn't been a World War Two yet. It was the Great War. So I highly recommend that. And it was Hawker who was shot down. I think it was September 1917. Anyway, Manfred von der Richthofen shot him down, and he said he was the hardest one he ever had to shoot down. He said, this guy's no novice, and that is in his book that Richthofen wrote. Anyway,
I can reenact that.
What can you say? The trouble is, he didn't have the triplane at the time.
An albatross, didn't he?
Would have been an albatross, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you have to build an albatross now, won't you?
No, I haven't got an albatross.
Oh, all right. Okay. I've been to his crash site, by the way.
Whose?
Manfred von Richthofen.
Have you really?
Yeah, I've been where he took off from. I've been to the church he nearly is on the Somme. I've been to the crash site. I've been to his first grave. I've been to his second grave, and I haven't been to his third grave because I think where is it? No, I haven't been to Berlin yet. He was buried 4 times, and now he's buried in Poland.
Right.
So I've been to 2 graves, where he took off, where he crashed, two places he was buried. Because I'm just sad.
Perhaps they've got a bone in each one.
Probably.
Yeah.
He did have a dog. The propeller. Actually, another thing in his book, he says the propeller hit the nose of the dog, and he's got a big slice took out of his nose.
No way.
Yeah. Seriously.
Wow,
it's an interesting book. I've got it in my library here.
You're full of facts. Yeah, you're full of facts. Very interesting.
Well, I read a lot.
Now, I was going to keep this to half an hour, so you got 1 second to show me your plane.
Sorry, Cliff.
That's all right. It's a joke. That was a joke. Caroline's just made a joke as well. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, well, let me have a look. What's it? Such a geezer, they had to bury he 4 times before he would lay still. Yes, practically. Anyway, there's the test pilot.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll just take him out just for a second or two. So, as I said from last week, I was going to concentrate on the fuzz. Now, the only got left to do now is to just finish off this nose because it's a funny old shape. So I'm having to do it in 2, maybe even 3, even 4 parts to get that shape. I did try to. I got one of those things that the ladies use for sewing. It worked on my DR1, but I couldn't get it to work on here where I was going to do it all in one, and it just wasn't working. I needed another pair of hands, which I hadn't got. So I just thought, well, I'll do it in 4 parts, and it'll just make it easier. I've added the leather, and as you can see, I've done the skinning. Now, can you see anything extra on there that wasn't there before, Cliff?
Yes.
Besides the propeller.
Oh, besides the propeller. Well,
Yeah.
I can see 9 funny little white things that could resemble spark plugs.
Correct.
Excellent.
You shamed me into it.
I did.
Because you put your spark plugs on. And I thought,
so good, don't they? They do look nice.
And
when it's whizzing around, you see a white circle, you see.
Yeah. I thought, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. So I put the spark plugs in with the spark plug leads. I might add.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And what are they made of? Copper.
Toothpicks.
No, the spark plug lead.
Oh, I had a spare servo lead, so I chopped it up.
Oh, I see. Just wire.
Yeah, chopped it up, spun it around in my fingers, and just glued it on. So there you go. Now then, I don't know whether you can see or not, but this here, that mount, that's the mount I showed you last week in the bag.
Extension mount.
Okay. Now the mount is 40 millimeters long, but what I didn't tell you at the time was, it's all right, we've had another. Somebody's.
Yeah. Making model aeroplanes is Colin. Thank you for that, Colin. That's brilliant, mate. I'll share it with Nick when I see him.
No, he won't. He'll forget he's got Alzheimer's, mate. He can't remember my name half the time. Well done. Yeah. So where was I?
You want to check out Making Model Aeroplanes because he does a lot of Gwillows type stuff. Really interesting, actually.
No, I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah,
I have seen Dad's RC hangar in the past a few times.
So. Yeah, I should hope so.
But I've been busy lately doing this. So I apologise if I've not commented or caught up with you. So the other thing is, Cliff, if you recall, and I looked at it again recently, the magazine article about this.
Yeah.
Okay. If you look very, very carefully for the observant, he hasn't covered this, and he hasn't put any what do you call them? He hasn't put no wood in here at all. If you look carefully, he's left it open.
Right.
Which is, and I think he's done it for the same reason I'm going to do it, and the reason is that I want access to the servos until I've got this to fly as I want it to fly, because I think there's going to be adjustments here. And let me explain why. Now, you'll see that I've gone back to the original idea of putting in the bell crank. Now, on his write-up, he uses steel and brass. But if you know anything about metals, those two will react with each other. So I've done it all in brass. Okay. Now, as I admitted to Cliff, this is not the first attempt. Okay, it took a few attempts, but I managed to do it. Now, it looks more complicated than what it is, which is what put me off in the first place. But once you've got this ply doubler in place, okay, don't glue that until you're absolutely ready. Once you've got it in place, glue it, wick it in, but also you'll have a brass tube there, sort of the brass tube there, okay, and that is the last thing you should wick in, because you need to get that brass tube all the way out to act as a washer against these bell cranks, okay. And once you're happy with it, okay, you wick them in, and then this will move quite readily. If I move the servo on, which I don't particularly want to do right now, if you see how that moves, okay. Now you'll find, this is the interesting bit, you'll find that you're probably thinking, why is that at that angle? Okay, the reason that's at that angle is because the cables go up. Okay, so when you have the neutral position, you want this angle because the cables go back up to the top wing. And that's why these are at this angle. Yeah, does that make sense? Because what you're doing is you're using a pull-pull system or a closed loop system, okay, where these two wires are going into the top wing together, yeah, and they go back either side of the boom to miss the prop, and then they have their own closed loop on the elevator. So that's why that's that angle when it's at neutral. Now, here's the other thing. And you know, last week when you said, what are you doing about the rud? And I said, I'm not doing anything. Not at all, nothing. Well, I hadn't. I put no thought into it at all. But over the course of the week, and working on it, okay, I did look at it, and this is the servo for the rudder. Now, I put a little clamp there. Now, this wire is 3 meters long. Okay, so I've got 1.5 meters either side, which should be enough. So you put a little clamp in the middle, okay, and then going through the fuselage, you know those studs, those hollow studs you use for servos, those brass ones. Yes. I put a brass stud either side, because if you don't do that and you're flying it, what you're doing is you're soaring. You're soaring through the buzz.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that is a good idea.
Okay. The only reason you can't see them is because I've covered over them.
I haven't got any left because I made 9 spark plugs using those little. That's what I use for the spark plugs. I'll have to raid some more servos.
Well, I didn't like to say anything at the time, but but anyway,
that's a good idea. Yeah, good idea.
Now I've also I've permanently mounted the motor. Okay, there. Now the final management. Now, what I was going to say about this mount when you quizzed me about it last week, and you say how long, I said 40 mil. See, the one end slides. You can slide it to where you want to be, then cut the end off. Now it turned out I needed 25 mil to make that miss the top wing and the bottom wing. And when I looked at the comments that I sent you on the online forum, there's a guy there, and he went, "Yeah, I had to do that at 25 mil." So it was a good guess that they're all having to do it. Everybody's having to do it. And strangely enough, if you actually look on that forum, the second guy who's built his, he says, "No, I've built it. I've got to go for the Baron," which I thought was like kind of funny, but anyway, tickled me. So that is probably where we are. I've put the speed controller in, but that's underneath here. So what I've done is I used some Velcro, and it's inside here on the side wall.
You've got access in there, have you?
Well, not really. But what I have done is I put a hole in F2.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
So that connects to the battery. Then my cables come through there as well. So I'll be putting the receiver very probably in the nose. Okay. But this is very heavy. I mean, on the back, I haven't weighed this yet. But it's, it's balancing about there. So when the tail comes on. Now, all that said, okay, that took me every single night coming home from work, every single night to get that done. It doesn't look much, but there's a lot to it.
Mm.
And most of the time was sitting down, looking at the drawing and figuring it out. Because things are not always as obvious as they are. And then slowly things sort of come to you, like that angle there. Why is it that angle there? And when you suddenly realise it's obvious, what's he got? Has he sprayed it? He sprayed it.
Well, I just painted it brass
Painted
colour.
it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't blame you for doing that, to be honest.
Oh, I did think I should have filled the holes in, really, but I haven't. So there you go.
Well, why?
Well,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if you look, as I said last week, I'm not making a scale model. I'm making a near scale model.
Oh yeah,
I'm not doing it for competition.
No.
And if I was doing this for competition, okay, I'd spend another 3 months doing it. But again, if you go online, there's another plan online. I can't remember who it's by. Some is it Canadian bloke? I think it's another Canadian bloke.
They're clever. Those Canadians are clever chaps.
They won't go away, will they? This is what's at the end. So, but he's done a scale one, okay, and it was in Scale Model Magazine 2010.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's got all the stitching down here. Okay,
yeah.
But the back end lets him down.
Well,
because he's had to put this extension in. You can't unless you're some sort of guy with a big workshop, you're not going to get this dead on scale.
I think I've seen that one, and I think he did say he was going to maiden it, and once he'd flown it, then he'd do something with the engine, scale engine.
Correct. Which brings me neatly on to.
Go on.
I'm not going to make your mistake, but I'm going to.
Oh, you're going to cheat.
Yeah. I'm going to cheat. Well, why not?
Oh,
why not? That's what they're there for. But I'm not going to put any of this on until I've maidened it. When I know it flies, it's all going to go on.
You might find that they wrinkle in a little bit into the, over the rib.
There's ways and means, mate.
There's ways and means. I don't intend to look at use an extension, and mine will just go straight in because I've moved the firewall back to the correct position.
Yeah.
So I won't need extension. In fact, that brings the motor. Well, that should work out because I drew it on the plan first and worked out where the firewall was going to be.
Yeah.
So it should be all right.
I also figured out where the center of gravity is. I meant to mention that it's 40 millimeters on the top wing, 40 millimeters from the leading edge back.
Right.
I figured it out. So if you go 40 millimeters
on the plan, isn't it? Does it say?
There is a mark on the plan.
Balance 25% chord for test flights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's 40 mil, is it?
Yeah, it's 40 mil.
Right.
You best check it. I have been known to be wrong.
Don't worry, I will.
Don't just take my word.
We've all been caught out with tail heavy aeroplanes, and they don't fly very well, do they? They're quite expensive. Yeah.
I'd rather have it nose heavy than tail heavy.
Well, yeah.
And Gary's quite right. Hawker was shut down near Bertangles, France, September 1916. In actual fact, that's where they first buried Manfred von Richthofen.
Was it?
At the Bertangles airdrome. There was a church next door to it. So well done, Gary. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but 900 rounds. 900 rounds. I didn't even think they could carry that many rounds.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It must have looked like a pepper pot.
He wasn't going to make it easy for him, was he?
No. It's a shame he couldn't have shot him down. Mine, 11 kills. He wouldn't have gone down into mine. He was by how many kills did you have to be was it about 5 was it? Yeah.
5.
Be an ace, yeah.
Yeah, because and this is another thing, coming back to the book. I know we keep harping on about it, Cliff, and I'm ever so sorry, but it's such a good book. You see, this guy, right, McCudden's flying the DH2, okay, and he says in the book, he tried to loop the loop, right, and he semi-lost his bottle. But while he was doing it, and this is the thing you got to realise about aircraft in those days, nothing was strapped in. Even the pilot wasn't strapped in, right? So what happened was he got so far, and you know the drums of the Lewis gun drums magazine, they rolled out. They rolled out and they hit the propeller, and it was a 4-bladed propeller. So 3 of the blades broke off, right? Yeah. And he wasn't strapped in because I didn't have straps. And he went, ah! He got away with it. Obviously, he got away with it. But it's like, but this is the sort of things that people don't realise. And at the time, they didn't realise, because you got to remember, flight was 12 years old.
Yeah.
In 1915. And looping the loop was a very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah.
You just didn't, unless you was a daredevil, you didn't do it. Because the aircraft just fold up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is partly why I like doing Great War aircraft, because you got that stick and what was that American magazine, stick and rudder. There's no computers, there's no throttle. The engine's either on or it's off. Yeah. Did you know that, Cliff?
No yes, throttle. I did. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, I did. Yeah. That's right.
By the way, everybody,
they had to blip it, didn't they? Sorry, say again.
Cliff has a pilot's license. He doesn't want people to know that. Yeah. So it was either on or it was off.
Did you know actually that the top speed of a DH2 at 5,000 feet was 85 miles? Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I think it was 85 miles an hour most of the time.
Yeah. That's not very fast, is it?
No.
I suppose but in the day, of course, it was fast. But look at the drag of the thing. I mean, the drag alone must have been fantastic from all the rigging and everything, struts and rigging wires, and
it's not unknown, as you will know from flying models, that sometimes if they had a headwind, they wouldn't move; they'd just stay where they were, like a kite.
That's right.
The only way they could move forward is to go down. But if they're already low.
Cheers, Chris. He's off to dinner.
Oh, he's off. All right. What are you having, Chris?
It's probably
what's for dinner? Okay, all right.
The duty.
He's only on for half an hour.
It's probably something Sunday, isn't it? Roast, probably.
Yeah. Oh, my gun fell out, by the way.
Right. I was going to mention, actually, before I forget, you were saying about reshaping your nose a little bit of your aeroplane.
I did it completely again. I was going to use the balsa. I started to cover this in like a one piece in one go.
Yeah.
But what was happening was I was pulling so hard on the skin, it was distorting the nose.
And you had foam, didn't you?
The foam, the foam.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, I wanted to get to a certain point in the build where I can go, So I just quickly whittled out a new one. It took me 10 minutes to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Started again. So much to my amazement, this did not melt. It didn't shrink. But what was happening was distortion on the pull on the skin was distorting the foam, which is why I had to make another one.
I see.
Yeah. But much to my delight, covering it with the Auralite film was not an issue.
All right.
It was not an issue. It didn't melt.
Because that was actually made beaten out of aluminium, wasn't it? The nose, so it would.
The nose was aluminium. You could, if you wanted to, get yourself a plastic bottle, melt it with the hairdryer, and spray it from the inside aluminium, stick it on it, and it'd still be right. It was an aluminium front.
Yeah. But what I was going to say was it wouldn't matter if it was dented or anything, because the original would have been, misshapen quite a bit, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. So that's where I've got to. So
Yeah.
now I'm going to take a few days off this week because I've got to spend some time with my lovely lady, Mrs. Baron Flights, because I've been ignoring her. So we're going away. So I won't be here next week, but I will try and get the bottom wing on by the next time we go live. It did occur to me that some people, like your good self, Cliff, will want to put the rigging in. And now's a good time to remind you about popping the holes into the struts now before you put it together. Otherwise, you're going to struggle to get your rigging in.
Well, I thought about that actually, and
Yeah.
I'm not putting the rigging in the struts. I'm putting the rigging in the little I don't know if you can see the little reinforcements I put over the top of the struts.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make small holes in there and take the rigging from those, so the strut won't actually have a hole in it.
Yeah. Now I'm not going to add any rigging to mine until I've flown it.
Yeah.
Once I know it flies, I'll put it back on the bench. I'll put the decals on. I'll do all the rigging and make it look complicated. I wouldn't want to put all that effort into it, and it crashes on the maiden.
That's where we differ. Yeah, I don't mind putting the effort in. If it crashes, it crashes. So,
yeah.
So you won't be here next Sunday.
No.
But I will.
You will.
I will, and I'll still do a YouTube live at 4 o'clock.
You'll be talking behind my back, won't you?
We will. Yeah. I could print out a picture of you, I suppose, put it up here.
Right. If anybody wants to join Cliff online, take a photograph of me, cut out the mouth like that. You know.
Yeah. That gives me an idea.
Do it. Do it. I don't mind.
I will do. Yeah. By the way, I got my wheels.
Oh, let's look.
They're straight. I pinched them straight off of my Torb, my 1908 Torb.
Oh, okay.
But they're half an inch bigger diameter than what's showing on the plan.
It doesn't matter, Cliff. It doesn't matter.
Well,
it's probably better.
No, it doesn't. And when you look at the scale of the ones on this model, these are huge wheels.
Yeah.
They're much bigger. But I'd say they're near a sort of 4 or 5 inch on that scale. So these will look fine when I've painted them red, because they've got to be red.
The bigger the wheel, the better, because those wheels are the size they are on the original because they haven't got any tarmac. They're all on grass fields, and they've got rabbits burrowing into them, and foxes, and God knows badgers.
They do look nice with spokes, though, don't they? If you
they do look nice with spokes.
You can make your own. Have you seen those? You can make your own spoke wheels.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. As I said, look, I'll pick this up now, right?
Go on then.
As I said, and I'll say it one more time.
Go on then.
Okay. Everybody else out there, don't do that.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to repeat yourself.
No, I'm being serious now, right?
Oh.
As I've said, I think in the last 2 or 3 times, if anybody wants to do the short kit version on a build along with me, I will put those details in. I will do the detailing, but I'm not going to do it on this one because it'll take another 3 months. I don't want to see if it flies.
When did we start this? Was about 4 or 5 weeks ago?
6.
Was it?
Because that's when the bad weather started.
Okay.
It was 6 weeks on this.
Really?
Yeah, because if you cast your mind back, we were doing advertisements together. Okay. By the way, Americans, it's not advertisements, it's advertisements. Anyway, as you may recall, we said, all right, we're going to build this. But you and I had already started.
Yes, we did.
The reason you and I had already started is because it was peeing down with rain, or it was blowing a gale, or some other thing. Yeah. And as you quite rightly said, if you can't fly, build. And this originally was going to be a winter project, which would have suited me no end, because in the winter, it's the best time to do it. But as it is, the weather's been crap. You can't fly. I think we've had 2 days of 4 hours where you could fly. So we started it. But Gary says, what's this short kit? Gary, look, go and watch the other episodes. We tell you where it is.
I'm just seeing if I can find it quickly. Oh, yeah. Sarek do a DH2 short kit.
Right.
56-inch span. That's a little bit bigger. What's ours? 48?
I'm going to tell you exactly because I have it in my file on screen here.
What's Sarek? The Sarek kit?
Huh?
Sarek kit?
No. There is no.
It's 160 quid. 160 quid, mind you.
Yeah. There is no kit.
Well, Sarek do one. Look, Sarek do one.
Hang on, let's take a look. Oh. Is it a short kit or a full kit?
Short kits and wood packs, short kit sets.
Yeah, well, it's not a kit then, is it? It's a short kit.
Short kit includes plan, wood pack, additional wood pack, gun, molding for the nose. Well, it's a short kit, yeah.
It's a short kit, yeah.
Yeah, it's
right. It's Kanata aircraft models. Okay, Gary. So if you got your pen and paper, all
they're
right,
American,
Kanat. No, it's Canadian.
Yeah, well,
no, it's Canadian.
Yeah, but Gary's in the UK. Who's going to order one over from there? What?
You can get them. I know you can get them.
Yeah, but you've got to order it. You've got to order it over. Whereas Sarek do them, and we're all in the UK, aren't we? So.
Yeah, but Sarek's got a different plan.
Well, yeah, it's a different plan, but it's the same aeroplane.
Yes, I know, but we're doing the Mike Roach, aren't we?
They did yeah, we are doing the Mike Roach one, yeah. But if Gary just wanted just saying.
In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste that, and I'm going to see if I can put it into the comments. I don't know whether I can or not.
Just type it in, or yeah.
Yeah, just 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So there you go, Gary. It's Katana aircraft model Airco DH2, plan zone 9764.
That's out.
Okay. Now I want to re-emphasize that it's a short kit. So in other words, you don't get everything. You get the ribs and you get the sides and you get the bits for the tail, but they don't do the leading edge. They don't do the trailing edge. You know, they don't do the crank. Do they do the gun? I think they do the gun. I'm not sure. It's a short kit. You don't get everything. It's shorter parts, which is why it's called a short kit.
I wonder if it is.
Okay. The plan, Gary, if you wasn't listening, if you go onto Google, type in Airco, I'll type it out.
Or just put in outer zone 9764, find it.
Airco Mike Roach.
And then you can download it, stick it together.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to bring that up now. Okay. It's an Airco Mike Roach plan. It's an Airco DH2. I do apologise. So it's Airco DH2 Mike Roach. Okay. So is that the short kit in the UK? No. Don't be listening to anything we're saying.
No. In fairness to Mitch, hi Mitch. The Kanata one is a Canadian kit. The Sarek kit is UK.
Plus,
but it's not the Kanata, same. It's a slightly bigger scale. Yeah.
And it's cheaper. It's 75 quid. 75 quid. I looked it all up, Cliff. All right. Right. So cheers. Oh, you're most welcome, Gary. You're most welcome. So there you are. Now, if there's anybody who's missed it or want to replay this, just to get that information, look through it again, write it all down. It's dead easy to find. In fact, you'll find that in the description, I think in my last video where I oh yes, I forgot to tell everybody. You know these videos we were making, Cliff, I couldn't find them to publish them on my own channel.
Oh, really? Where were they?
2 weeks down the line, I found them. So I put them up. One the first day, one the second day, and I'll be publishing this later on this afternoon. And what I'll do is in that, I will put down everything. There's a full description, what the plan is, where to get it, what the shortcut is, where to get it, the telephone number, the email address, and then I could put a cutting list of all the balsa and the ply that you need in that order. Okay, all the information's there, right? If you go to my channel and read the description, it's all in the description, everything you need to build this. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure that Cliff will hopefully agree with me, is that there's nobody else besides Cliff and I making this. Nobody's shown you how to make it. This is the only one you're going to find out how to make this video by video with the whole world, the whole planet. We're the only ones. So what you want to do is look how Cliff does it, look how I do it, and you cherry pick the best bits that you want.
Yeah, well, I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not going to do a blow-by-blow video when I cut mine up. I'm just going to jump from one big section to another. Just an overview. Just to. I haven't got time to sit there editing. That's what half my week is comprised of, editing videos. I haven't got time, and I still haven't cut the hedge and the lawn. Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, the freight on the Canadian one is $11, 11 Canadian dollars, which is £7. Yeah, £7. Okay, so it's still cheaper. Go and buy one. Anyway,
yeah, that's good.
So what I was saying is, Cliff, is you know, excuse me putting in, Cliff, but I don't want to run in your parade or nothing. But what I'm saying is that we are the only ones showing people broadly how to do this, and I think part of the reason that people are not being building them is they're frightened of it. They look at it, how the bloody hell would you make that? And they're frightened to do it, and it's not particularly, now that I've nearly finished it, it's not that difficult. Yeah, you scratch your head, but Cliff's there to show you how to do it. I'm there to show you how to do it. And if you get stuck halfway through, you make a comment and you contact us, and we tell you, we talk you through it. You can't lose.
No. But perhaps it might be wise to see them flying before we. Well,
there lies in the rub.
Yeah.
But anyway, for those who are late, I know you want to get away, Cliff, and so do I. You probably wait to have your lunch, and we're into the 1 hour mark, and I know you wanted to do half an hour. So we're going to offer the Blue Max. Okay, do you want to give the details, Cliff? Because I talk too much.
You've got a lovely gravelly voice. So what we're going to do, when Nick has uploaded this video, between now and, in fact, you won't be here next week, Nick. So perhaps
won't be here.
Perhaps we want to leave it a fortnight. Well, when we're next on, we're going to look at all the comments under this live stream video, not the ones that are happening now, but well, yeah, I suppose, and those as well.
We'll give it a bit of a chance.
Well, that'll have 2 weeks then, and the comment we consider to be the most witty or sarcastic or whatever, Nick.
Well, Nick, most constructive.
Yes, that's the word. Nick, these are actually lovely, beautiful. I had mine on most of the day yesterday. I was hoping somebody would knock at the door, but nobody did. And you'll win one of these.
Yeah, be in it to win it.
They are made of metal, and with enamel centers, aren't they? So very nice.
Yeah, they're proper.
Yeah,
they come with a ribbon. You get a little ribbon with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, and it's just going to be a little feature. You know, I'm donating it because Cliff's too tight. He squeaks when he walks.
I'll send you. Tell me your PayPal thing.
What?
Tell me your PayPal, and I'll.
I haven't got a. I don't do any of that.
Oh, blimey, you are prehistoric. You're stuck in the Great War, Nick. You've got a computer.
I haven't got one of those Patreon pages or anything like that. No, Cliff, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's den mest constructive. It is a constructive mesh, yes. I'm like, what was a joke? What was it? The joke? Oh, it's too. No, is it? Can I say it? No, I better not.
If you got to think about it,
it was to do with genes. Anyway, no, this guy's lost the use of his bowels, and he says, "I've got a genetic problem." He says, "What makes you say that?" He says, "I've done it in my genes."
Very good. I won't win any prize.
What's straight over your head?
That's because you've got a thick neck, Gary.
Okay, the prover. Yes. Anyway, Danish. Sorry. Danish. I like Danish. Do you like Danish, Cliff?
I had bacon. I did have bacon for lunch, actually. Yeah.
Exceedingly good Danish. Do you remember the old days before we went into the European Union? And what they'd actually write stamped Danish on the rashes of the bacon. They won't let you do it now. But that's the EU for you. Nick's ribbon looks a bit tight, Cliff. How very dare you?
I said yes because you got a thick neck.
He's not getting one. He's not. After all that help I gave him.
And you got a big head, obviously. Mitch says must have a big head because Mitch says your helmet's a touch small.
I am a fathead, and tell me he's yes.
You got a small helmet.
So Mitch doesn't want a medal then. I'm the one handing him out, pal. Not him.
I might send mine off. As worn by Cliff. I've added value.
Why don't we send it with you attached?
What, for £7 anywhere around the world?
Well, you're only a little light person, aren't you? Just put
not that light.
Little bottle of water and an oxygen bottle in case you could send you in an airplane, you know. Yeah. And then we'll put a nappy on you. We'll post you. Yeah. You've escaped back to Blighty.
Yes.
Yeah. If MC got one, would that be Danish blue? That's very clever.
It is clever.
No, that's clever. I like that. No. Yeah. So anyway, I know a phrase in Dutch, if that's any help.
Is it rude?
Yeah, no. It's hoe gaat het met je? Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Yeah, but you see, you know, people in Belgium, they speak Flemish.
No.
You didn't know that people in Belgium speak Flemish?
I've never been. I don't know what they speak. I thought they spoke
Belgium. Really?
I thought they spoke Belgique.
Who cares? I don't care. Anyway, they speak Flemish, which is a mixture of French and Dutch. Right? So if you said that to them, they'd understand it.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you know the difference between Belgium Dutch and Dutch, don't you?
No.
No. Yeah, it's the same. It's got more phlegm in it.
Oh, okay. Is that what they call it? Flemish? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, I'm leaving the stage.
Okay. I'm going to be here next week and I shall be talking to myself.
I will not be here next week, and he always talks to himself.
Are you going to tune in and watch, Nick?
No.
All right.
Yes, of course I will. Of course. I know I'll put rude comments in the comments section.
I'm sure you
under
will.
Somebody else's name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could do. Yeah. Any rude comments? I'll know it's you. I should tell from your comments. I'll know it's you. You don't have to.
You'll know it's me because it won't be spelled correctly.
But you will have capital letters. So there you go.
Capital letters. Yeah.
All right. We're off. Jerry's off. Tunny's off. We're all looking forward to it. So are you going to terminate the connection?
I'm going to do the termination.
Beam us up.
Beam us up, Scotty. So, all right. So, everybody, thank you for watching.
Indeed.
Very much appreciate your time putting up with my not witty jokes. And Cliff is very happy too, because I will make sure that he is. And we'll have a chat afterwards, and he can tell me off for being so silly. And don't forget, if you want to get a Blue Max, make a decent comment, and Cliff and I will decide which one we like the best. And that's all you got to do in the next 2 weeks. Okay, so if you want to build this model, everything will be in the description. Well, it will my end. I don't know what Cliff's going to put in his. So if you can't find it, come to my channel, The Baron Flights, with a double R. Pardon me. It's written here, double R, The Baron Flights. And I tell you where to get the plans. I tell you where to get the short kits, and I give you the cutting list and everything. Okay, so if you want to have a go at it, please look it up. And even more so, give us a like. You don't got to subscribe. Just give a like.
Yeah.
Quick hello
to Frito PG from Middle America. PG, I wonder if he's a paraglider. And Bruce just dropping in to say good day, which is
good day, Bruce.
Yeah. She's
God, there's so many jokes there.
Giddy.
What's your favourite colour, Blade?
Ambivalent.
What's your name, Sheila?
Yeah. Where's the ambivalent button, Bruce is asking?
Hey, the what?
The ambivalent button.
The ambivalence. Yes, I'll have to look that word up.
YouTube ought to have several different buttons, not just the thumbs up and the thumbs down, but have they still got a thumbs down button? I can't remember, but
yes. Do you know what I like about Aussies? Right.
A like is a thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'll tell you what I like about Aussies, okay, and I've been absolutely sincere about this, okay. When you tell a joke to Americans, you have to explain it. With an Aussie, they're like us, they get it. Because they've got the same mindset. And that's what I like about Aussies. It's still there. They've still got it in the genes, and they're the funniest people. Honestly, they really are the funniest people, and they're ever so welcoming and kind and everything, And they've just got the same sense of humour. You haven't got to explain it to them. Yeah, he says because we're descended from British convict stock. Do you still need a conviction to get in there? Some MP got thrown out of Australia for saying that.
What about New Zealanders?
I've got an uncle in New Zealand.
They're
all sheep farmers, aren't they? And it's full of volcanoes and stuff. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Anyway, so I think we're getting to
yes. Time to go. Time to go, mate. Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do, we're just going to wave goodbye, say, and I'll do a 3, 2, 1, and we'll go.
Oh, okay.
So please just give a like. It does help everything. We don't want your, or Cliff will have your money.
Yeah, I'm poor.
No, he's on the bread line. I've seen he eats Hovis. Okay, so thanks everybody, and we very much appreciate you putting up with our wit. And we're into 1 hour 13 now, so we have got to go. So thank you very much. I'll see you in a fortnight. Cliff will be here next week. What's the date next week, Cliff?
7 days from now, mate.
Okay, right. So
something like that. Yeah, 20th.
There you go. Okay, so everybody, cheerio, goodbye. See you next week. Well, he will, and keep the faith. Thanks for putting up with my rubbish. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.